Hi everyone, this is Donna with Stamping Up, and I wanted to show you all this Carl cutter that I got for Christmas. Oops, let me see if I can get the name of it there. Carl cutter. This is the huge one. I do like it because it does have the spaces on here. This is magnetic, comes right off, but you can move it around on your space for your different sizing. This one actually has the photo sizes, and I wish it actually had more like my other cutter that actually has the card sizing on it, but that's okay, I can figure that one out. So I have a lot of old stationery that's a really good quality paper, cardstock, and it's smooth and soft just like the Whisper White and Stampin' Up. But I didn't want to waste it. It's stamped on the other side. I didn't want to waste it, so I figured that I could cut it down and make card covers or little face paper so I can stamp on it or use it as border and not have to throw it all away and waste it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at the first matting size, which is, if I'm doing an A2 card, would be a 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and put this little ruler here, this little guide. This is magnetic, so it sticks to this metal quite strongly. If you can see, I'm trying to pull that up, but you do have to be careful because once you're pushing paper in there, you can see it does start getting to move over, so you have to make sure. Sorry, my cat's in the background wondering who I'm talking to. Doesn't get quite used to me talking to myself yet. But anyway, let me show you one of the reasons I bought this, because do you see how thick this stack is and how evenly cut it is? I just cut these with this Carl and no time. So I actually got these a little bit bigger than I wanted, but I'm going to show you, see how many papers I have here, how thick this is. Now sometimes you can get it too thick. Let me take off a few of those, but this will cut 36 sheets of cardstock. So I'm going to unlock it, and when I went to buy this, I was trying to research it. Everything is in Japanese or something. You can't, they love it, but it's not in English, so I couldn't find anything to tell me anything about this program, about this cutter. Take a few more off because it does have to fit under this yellow bar here, your guide here. So I still have quite a bit in there, if you can see all of that cardstock. So let me turn it around this way. Let's stick it in there. I pull this up, pull it back, it releases this press lever. And I just stick it in here, make sure my bar is at 4, and I'll just go ahead and tap all that in gently because we don't want to move this bar here. And then you lock that piece back down. And then you notice this doesn't move once you've locked this in position. And then you just take your slicer, go over it a couple times, and it's cut through all that paper. And that can make a job with 3 times this much paper here go so much faster. So that's what I do for that. And then when I want to turn around, I want to make, oh, let's see, I want to make the other side at, here's 5 1/2. I want to do it at 5 1/4. So I'll just move this back to 5 1/4. You can actually pick this up and lift it off as well. Then I just take that same stack of paper and the landscape, stick it over there, make sure all my paper's in there good. Lock it back down. It is locked tight so it doesn't move. And then I just finish off this side. And it finishes off my paper to the perfect size that I want by 4. Look how nice that is. Oops, get it in screen here. How everything is the same size. Another thing about this is when I use my other cutter, I would get these little rolled edges or lifted up edges on the sides where you can see where you cut it. This doesn't do that. It is a sliced clean piece of paper. You'd always think it's this size. You don't see at all that you have cut it because it is just a sharp, clean cut as the original side was. So that's wonderful. I'm going to finish up all of these, and like I said, this can lift up. You can move it around to whatever size. This one is the 12-inch. It doesn't have an arm on it that comes out, but I've noticed that 12 inches is about all I need. I don't even use that, to tell you the truth. On some of my designer paper from Stampin' Up, I do use it, but as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, they all come in handy. I mean, with the 12 by 12 does kind of handy. I also have spare blades to this. If you look over here, it comes with, now I bought this. This is a score blade for this. So if I want to just flip out this little knob here and put in my score blade, I can score all my cardstock to fold. It does come with a couple blades in here, replacement blades, and it also comes in with an extra piece that you put under here for your cutting strip. And these are reversible, so you use both sides of this one. When it wears out, when you use both sides of this one, when it wears out, you replace it with this one. And it has a place to store quite a few of them right in here. And then your blades get stored right here. My score blade gets put in there, and it's all nice and neatly tucked in to this corner. That's wonderful. This is great because you don't have to use it, but I do like to put it on there, put it right where my line needs to be, and just make sure that I don't push that too hard to move it. But then it does a really nice job. Once you lift this up, it raises the plate up here. And then I can, let's see, did I already cut these? Let me see if they're, I think these might have been a little bit, yeah. I didn't get them straight because my blade did move earlier, so now I have to put it back in here. Thank God that this does a big stack and I don't have to keep doing one sheet at a time, but I can take a whole big stack and just finish it off just like that. Look at all this confetti paper. If you curled this, wouldn't that make nice little paper for Easter or for little bags, party bags? I don't do that, so I'll just throw it away. But anyway, kind of an idea. Anyway, that is the Carl cutter. And like I said, I usually, when I get in, I order a lot of designer paper. Let me show you this. If I open the right drawer, I will take this little basket I got from IKEA, and I do my different sizes. So you can see I did this in no time flat. All of this designer paper in the right shapes, and then I can take this and cut it down or whatever to, or this one doesn't need to cut down, I need to cut down the white to fit right on, you know, as the backer for this to fit on my base card. This one might be a little bit small. Let's see if this one's bigger. A little bit better, so that way it just fits right on there, makes a nice backing. So I'm just getting these all pre-made. I'll have these on this side. This is just the same paper, it's just the paper that you can dye. But then I will go ahead and stick my plain whites over here. Then I'll have my designer paper here. And then you can just do little sizes. These are little pieces I had left over, but you could do backing for, you know, I cut different sizes that you do. I have my little sheet here, my cheat sheet for all my different matting. So I know I can make some at 5 1/4 by 4, some at 5 by 3 3/4, some at 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, and then I have my different layering sizes, and I just fill up my different boxes, my little slots here, and that way I can just, I need to label them, don't I? But then I can just grab for them and they're ready for when I make a card, and I can just stamp, and then my backgrounds are already done. I learned this from Patty because she has this same one, I believe, and she keeps her things in it as well. And I think she does Project Life in hers. But anyway, that's the Carl cutter. It is sharp, it is fast, it cuts through piles of paper all at one time. So if you are someone who does a lot of stamping at parties, where you do card making, you're gonna want this, and I think it was on sale during Christmas. It is the Carl cutter, and this one is the DC-21ON/12 inch. And I think this one was probably, I'm thinking, I got it for Christmas, so I don't know, but I think it's about $85, something like that. And I think on sale, it was on sale during Christmas for even 75. If you have Amazon points, you can actually get it, use that towards it. But this is a heavy duty paper cutter. It's not something I would throw in a bag and take with me. That would be my little friskers or something like that, little cutters that I would take with me. But usually I have my cardstock already cut up and ready to go. And this is what I would use when I'm cutting up tons of paper. So if you're having a Stampin' Up! Card make and take or something, this is what you're going to want, because you're going to get all your paper cut so fast like that. So you'll be done and on to the next project. Anyway, that is the Carl Cutter, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I hope that all of you had questions about wanting to get your own, thinking about getting the Carl Cutter. I highly recommend it. You are going to need that smaller Stampin' Up! Cutter just for portability. It is easy to carry around, or easy and small to use at your desk. This I usually keep over my other white desk, my large desk. So I have the space around me, and I can stand up and just cut all this paper all at once. But it is fun. It is very worth its money. And I love my husband for getting it for me. I do appreciate it. But if you are into making cards and doing a lot of cutting, I highly recommend it. The only thing that I found as far as trying this out and using it, because I told you guys I would let you know how I like it, especially my Stampin' Up! On my Love to Stamp group, which is a Facebook page for demonstrators only. A lot of them have been asking about it as well, and I wanted to let them know, if you're doing small sections of paper, maybe like this, you would not use this, because it would be just too hard. I don't know if you even have an inch here, where if small detailed work, this is where you'd use your smaller cutter with. This does your big, bulky, problematic cutting, where it just makes it so easy. Anyway, don't want to take up too much time on this because I'm a jabberjaw. But when you're doing large cutting and lots of paper, thick, difficult to cut paper, this is your tool. And when you're doing the smaller pieces that are a little bit more delicate to cut, a little smaller, where you need that spot on, just that half an inch, a fourth of an inch, you're going to use your Stampin' Up! Cutter, your paper trimmer. And I will get you the number that will be somewhere on this screen, probably down there, unless I'm pointing in the wrong direction. But I'll put the numbers for the Stampin' Up! Cutter on there as well, because the Stampin' Up! Cutter is a wonderful cutter too. If you haven't looked at the trimmer with Stampin' Up!, it does perforated cuts, it does scoring, it does a dozen different things, and you'll have to go on my website and check out the Stampin' Up! Paper cutter, because it's amazing in its own right. This one's just really, really good for heavy duty stuff, big, thick, professional cuts. And I'm telling you, it does a smooth cut all around every edge. It's just no ridges, no edge lifting at all. So go ahead and you could shop 24/7 on my website, which is www.donnademco.stampinup, that's stampin', no G, up.net. And go on there and check out the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer on there, because that's a really, really good portable, smaller, if you don't have a lot of space, that's better to use. And if you're cutting up smaller papers, that's the best. That's your tool of choice, is your Stampin' Up! Trimmer. This one is your tool of choice if you're doing a heavy duty, a lot of cutting, and a lot of paper. It's really great, guys. I have to tell you, I'm in love with it, because it just makes a ton of paper. If I do a ton of cutting, it goes by so fast. You're just boom, you're done. So it's wonderful. Anyway, I appreciate it for you guys for watching, and go ahead and go on my website and check out the Stampin' Up! Trimmer for your personal basic trimmer, and then this one's your big shot, your big guy, your tool that you'll use for your big cutting if you do a lot of classes. It's really awesome. I have to tell you, all of you ladies out there, all demonstrators, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who's thinking about buying one of these, do it. Do it. It's really, really, really good. I can't even tell you how smooth it cuts this paper. It looks like a paper mill did it. Also, you can join me on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Donna's Creative Corner. And creative is the CR8TIVE. So Donna's Creative Corner. And you'll get some well, you probably watch this there right now, some of you, and some of you are watching this on YouTube. But that'll give you a lot of great ideas as well, and follow me on my different videos that I'm doing and trying out projects. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.